Welcome all, I'm Thanari Nak, and this is J Idol Talk, where I discuss topics related to Japanese idols. This episode, I'll be covering idols and marriage. With so much focus on dating bans and English language J Idol coverage, the very idea of a married idol may seem impossible to some. While it is uncommon, there have been married idols for decades. Of course, most have been male idols, but with recent changes in the idol world, there looks to be a rising number of married female idols as well. To understand how married idols exist in an industry with dating bans is to recognize that dating bans do not exist for all idols. The agency the idol is under is usually the one that decides to apply the ban, and some do decide not to. And sometimes it seems even those that do have a ban lift it for their older idols, which helps explain why most married idols are around 30 or older. A good example are the male idols of Johnny's and Associates. The agency, from what has been reported, does not seem to have a dating ban, but instead when they learn an idol is dating, management will warn them that if the general public finds out, it could affect their popularity instead. For a younger idol, especially one who is yet to debut or is in a newer debut group, that added pressure might be enough for them to decide to place their career over the relationship. But for older idols that feel that they have a stable enough fan base, it's less of an issue. Which is probably why the group V6 has 4 of its 6 members married as of this recording. The group has been around for 24 years, and the members that are married all did so when they were in their 30s or 40s. And another factor that can make it a little easier for male idols to get married is Japan's stigma for having children out of wedlock. There's an immense amount of social pressure for parents of a child to have gotten married the moment the pregnancy is known. Something which Kimura Takuya had worked in his favor, as he had already been thinking about marrying his then girlfriend Kudo Shizuka, who was an actress, singer, and a former idol herself, when it was found that she was pregnant. As he was at the height of his popularity and only 28 at the time, getting the okay from the agency could have been difficult because of all the attention it would receive and the potential backlash from fans. But as it would have been far more scandalous for them not to marry with the child on the way, Johnny didn't have much of a choice and just had to deal with the media circus that followed afterwards. Despite all that, Kimotaku still remained a lot of his popularity and is still one of their most popular talents to this day. Unfortunately, the stigma doesn't work in the same way with female idols. It may help them get out of their idol contract to get married, but the chances of them remaining idols while being pregnant is pretty slim. Typically with female idols, marriage had to wait until they ended their idol careers. This is in part because historically female idols only work as idols in their youth and then quit to move on to the next stage of their life, so few stay as idols once they start getting close to their mid or late 20s, with even a good number graduating from being an idol much sooner than that. In this current idol era, this has been changing as more and more female idols are remaining idols for longer, and there are idol groups forming around concepts like being a college student, which is bringing in young women to be idols much later in their life compared to the ages of more traditional idols, which is early teens. It is then not surprising that, like their male counterparts, older female idols are getting the okay to get married. For example, Now of Negiko, one of the oldest and more popular local idol groups, announced she would be registering her marriage on her birthday this year, April 10th, and will not be leaving the group but continuing on as an idol. And then there's idol group Predia, which has announced that they are auditioning for new members and are encouraging former idols that are in their 30s to try out, even saying that being married is not an issue at all. With the ages of the idols mentioned, such as Now, who's going to be turning 31, and the current members of Predia ranging from the late 20s to early 30s, it's safe to say that their fan bases are steady enough that management doesn't think there's will be enough negative reaction to lose them because of their marriage status. There was an opportunity to have a younger married idol with now ex NMB48's Suto Ririka. After she announced her plans to graduate from the group, in part to get married, the agency said that they would support her as a married idol if she had chosen to stay with the group. Since she did not change her mind and went through with her graduation, how she would have done if she remained an idol remains a speculation. Though it would certainly look odd that a married idol is okay in the AKS groups, but dating is punished. So while married idols are not common, they do exist, and as more idols remain idols longer than what has been considered normal in the past, it would not be surprising if it became more common. And as always, I'm interested in what others have to think about the topic, so please feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comment section. And until next time, bye! And if you like this video and you'd love to see more, please think if you have the means to give me a one-time donation through Ko-fi or to be a monthly patron at my Patreon. And of course, liking and sharing the video is also a good way to help support the series.